Yeah, I think I've heard that from a lot of kind of AI leadership is that this isn't about reducing workforce. There's definitely that's going to happen. Unfortunately, a member of my family was part of the Oracle, where they were Oracle, I guess,
Yeah,
write down, whatever you want to call it.
right, right.
That was really a business decision where, they had to raise cash and take that money and spend it elsewhere. And what I see AI doing now more is enabling people to be more productive. And as you say, kind of get rid of that task work that I was doing every day. And now I can focus on something strategic. How am I going to build a better product? How am I going to get out to a customer? How am I going to satisfy that customer need better than I am today? And AI is certainly a great enabler with that. But it's really changing the whole economics of how knowledge work gets done across pretty much every sector. In cost intelligence specifically, what becomes possible in 5 years that's not possible today?
Yeah. Well, and I'll marry that with finishing the answer to your previous question, and that is both the vendors are innovating every day. They're coming up with new offerings. The clients, because they're innovating every day, they have new needs. And so you have to have an expert, and we're hiring pretty aggressively right now, even though we're private equity owned and we're not venture capital funded, which means we have to make money every quarter. We actually have to hit a number every quarter and make a profit. But we are hiring because you have to have that human in the loop. And again, like I described earlier, the client's expert is in the loop. We do not want the client, please do not. We say to clients all the time, please do not get rid of John or Sally. We need them on their side, teaching the brain, and then us on our side, because that turbulence between need and offerings, that'll never go away, thankfully. And so I think, 5 years from now, you're going to see some pretty amazing things. I think that these capabilities, like I've described, a quote unquote spin brain on the vendor side and the client side, you'll be able to use those brains to talk to each other for sure. And that's not a new thing. That's out in the domain already where you have agents interacting with each other. But again, we see no possibility of totally removing the humans from that, the experts from that. One joke that we've said internally is, if we even say this to our children, go get a job and understand some industry really well first. Go something physical, whether it's in supply chain or something in the vendor community. Go understand that industry really. It could be software, but but then you'll sort of empower yourself or outfit yourself to play in this crazy AI world.
Yeah, it definitely is an accelerator on your own expertise if you have that expertise. And I know it's been liberating for me because it gives you so many new capabilities you just didn't have time to learn.
Correct.
I didn't
Yeah,
have time to learn to code. I wish I would have when I was 17, but I'm not anymore. I've got
right.
other things to do, and
Correct.
so you're almost limited because it was like, oh, I could go do that, and that's an investment. But now it's less of an investment, and it's a little bit of an investment in time. But now that I can send my agent out to do these things, it's really liberating. It's really liberating.
Correct. Especially if well, you've probably read about how, if you're thinking quote unquote LLM only, how the LLMs are, whether this is true or not, but it's out in the attention sphere, that the LLMs like to sort of confidently support your question by giving you answers that may not be totally right. And so, of course, in our model, we avoid that with our clients. Of course, it's got to be correct and accurate. But I guess my point is that, yeah, you really do need to be an on the ground human to human expert first before you can start learning from these and again, the LLMs are going to evolve and become better and better over time. Um, but yeah, it's a crazy new world.